One of the most exciting news from Hyundai Philippines is the arrival of the 4th generation Hyundai Tucson. In this video, we are going to find out why this gasoline-powered Hyundai Tucson GLS is the more sensible choice over its diesel-fed sibling. Let's do this! Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I invite you to click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Philippine automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, click that like button and enjoy the show. Also, special thanks to Hyundai Manila Bay for providing the Hyundai Tucson GLS Gasoline to do this car feature. If you are within the area and you need any Hyundai, head on down here and check them out. For any inquiries, you may also contact the person in my pinned comment below. Oh yes, and if you find this video useful, clicking that super thanks button will also be highly appreciated. There was a time when diesel-fed SUVs had a clear and distinct advantage over their gasoline-fed counterparts, mainly due to the lower price of diesel at the fuel pump. However, guys, that advantage is gone now, but we are still lucky that this gasoline-powered Tucson GLS here has a much lower retail price than its diesel-fed counterpart. You see, the 2022 Hyundai Tucson GLS Gasoline variant retails for only 1,570,000 Philippine pesos, which is 270,000 Philippine pesos lower than its diesel-fed sibling. Now, that, my friends, by itself already makes this gasoline-fed Tucson GLS the more compelling option. Now, the front fascia of this gasoline-powered Hyundai Tucson GLS is identical to the diesel-fed variant. It also gets this jewel-like wide and large front grille here that seamlessly incorporates these full LED DRL units that are designed in a geometric pattern. Now, the gasoline-powered Tucson GLS also gets full LED headlight units here, and these are static bending LED headlights, which is Hyundai speak for adaptive LED headlights. And they are placed here on the cheeks of the front bumper, similar in design to the Hyundai Creta and the Hyundai Venue. Now, this overall front fascia, this overall look, will appeal to people who prefer to stand out, or if you are a huge fan of big and wide front grills. The side profile has been redesigned to incorporate a lot of sharp lines, creases, and geometric patterns here. Now, personally, guys, I'm a little bit on the fence when it comes to this overall side profile design because I find it to be a bit on the excessive side. You see, the Tucson comes with some bulging front and rear fenders here, which are all right, until you realize that these bulging fenders extend all the way up into the middle part of the doors. Heck, guys, even the plastic cladding of the Tucson, yeah, it also receives some sharp lines, angles, and creases here, as if all of those sharp lines and creases on the body panel isn't enough, that they also had to do it on the plastic cladding. However, guys, one design cue that I like here is the metallic trim that can be found on the D-pillar here, which gives the Tucson a touch of class. Now, as for the wheels and tires of this thing, well, the gasoline-powered Tucson gets a set of 18-inch alloy wheels, which is an inch smaller than the 19s found in the diesel-fed Hyundai Tucson. To be honest, guys, it's not really a big issue for me. Now these wheels are wrapped in 60 series tires, and behind these wheels, this gasoline-powered Tucson still gets the same premium mechanical bits as the diesel-fed sibling. You see, it has 4-wheel disc brakes here, and for the suspension, it rides on MacPherson's up front and an independent multi-link rear suspension. However, for the ground clearance though, well, it stands at 181 millimeters, which is decent for a city crossover, but yeah, don't take your Hyundai Tucson out off-roading anytime soon. The rear end of the Hyundai Tucson, the 4th generation Hyundai Tucson, has got to be, and I'm going to put it out here on this video, this, my friends, has got to be one of the most well-designed rear ends in the compact crossover segment. You see, we get this gorgeous LED taillight assembly here, and I love how there's this LED light strip down the middle, and it connects these 2 double fangs that are pointing downward for your LED taillights. I mean, we got a completely cohesive design here, and it ties well with the rear skid plate found on the rear bumper. However, guys, this gasoline-powered Hyundai Tucson only gets a manual liftgate here. You'll have to spring up for the pricier diesel Tucson in order to get a power liftgate. But to be honest, guys, a manual liftgate, it's not really a big issue for me. Now that we have this liftgate open, guys, you'll see that the cargo space of this Hyundai Tucson is one of the larger contenders in its category. You see, we can fit my medium-sized luggage here, placed there on its side, and we can fit 1, 2, and a 3rd one right there, and probably a 4th one on top. Now guys, the back seat of the Hyundai Tucson can also split fold in order to further expand on your cargo space, and we also have a 12-volt outlet here for some accessories on the side. And if you're looking for the spare tire, guys, well, underneath the floorboard of the cargo area, you'll see that the Hyundai Tucson doesn't come with a donut spare tire. Instead, it gets a full-size spare tire here, which I consider to be a rarity nowadays. The gasoline-powered Hyundai Tucson GLS gets the smaller 2-liter 4-cylinder SmartStream petrol engine that puts out 154 horsepower and 192 Newton-meters of torque. Now, the power is sent to the front wheels via a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now guys, this gas-fed Hyundai Tucson may be down on power when you compare it to the diesel-fed sibling, but do remember that this gasoline-powered Tucson is also 200 kilos lighter than the diesel variant. Now that overall lighter weight should help to even things out when it comes to fuel economy and overall driving performance. Also, it's good to keep in mind that gasoline-fed vehicles usually have a cheaper overall maintenance cost over their diesel-fed variants. One of the best news here inside the gasoline-powered Tucson is that we get an identical cabin to the pricier diesel-fed Tucson. Now, the only difference here, guys, is the lack of a power driver's seat, which, to be perfectly honest, we can do without. Now, that means that we get the same black leather seats here, and we also have the same leather-wrapped steering wheel. Now, the steering wheel also has the same design, the same futuristic design that we first saw in the Hyundai Creta, and this wheel also adjusts for tilt, and it also telescopes. Now, guys, the gas-powered Tucson also gets a 10.25-inch fully digital supervision instrument gauge cluster there that changes in design depending on the drive mode that you're in. There's also an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system here with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and the image of a reverse camera. Now, as for the safety bits, guys, well, I am a bit disappointed here because this gasoline-powered Tucson, as well as its diesel-fed sibling, only gets a set of passive safety bits here, and we don't get any driver assist aids whatsoever. Now, that disappointed me, guys, because, well, in this day and age, yeah, for the price you're paying also, you would be expecting some some driver assist aids to help you out. Now, other niceties here include a fully automatic climate control setup there, a wireless charge pad, an electronic park brake with an auto hold feature, and a couple of cup holders, which I will subject to my 600 ml Clean Canteen test. Now, the Tucson is sold globally, so I'm sure this will pass. Yes, as you can see, it passes my Clean Canteen test with flying colors. Now guys, when you look at the cabin materials used here in the gasoline-powered Tucson, it is a smart mix of soft touch leather material here on the middle dashboard. We also have leather wrappings on the top of the dashboard. Is this leather? Yeah, or this looks like leather or soft touch plastic. And we also have some fabric inserts here on the dashboard in the door cards, pretty similar to a European manufacturer. I'm happy to see that we get soft touch materials in all of the high traffic areas here, giving this Tucson's cabin a really upscale feel to it. The Hyundai Tucsons we get here in the Philippines are the long wheelbase variants, which explains why we get tons of space here inside the cabin. Now, I've shown you that the cargo area can easily house 3 medium-sized luggage. You can even fit a 4th one if you like. But guys, check out this back seat. I mean, I'm 5'6". This is my driving position here, and I get around 12. I repeat, 12 inches, a foot long worth of knee room here, and the foot room is phenomenal. And I got a good amount of headroom here, guys, around 6 inches. So even if you're over 6 feet tall, you're going to be quite comfortable here at the back seat of the Hyundai Tucson. Now, if you're just a bunch of average Asian dudes, then you can fit 3 average Asian dudes here at the back seat of the Tucson, and it's not gonna be an issue. Well, we don't really get a tall center tunnel there. Granted, it's a little bit, it's a little bit there, but it's not really that intrusive. So yes, the overall space here, it's really, really good. Now, as for the amenities, guys, well, the amenities here are par for the course for something that's already in the premium compact crossover category. We get a couple of rear AC vents here. We get a couple of USB-A charge ports and a center armrest with a pair of cup holders. If you're mostly a city dweller, then the gasoline-powered Hyundai Tucson GLS is the smarter choice over its diesel-fed counterpart because you only lose out on a few bits and pieces, and yet you get to save 270,000 Philippine pesos. Now, I find this to be a great way for Hyundai Motor Philippines to move people away from getting the diesel-fed Tucson and towards the cleaner-burning gasoline-powered Hyundai Tucson. Now guys, I'm crossing my fingers here, and I am hoping that Hyundai Motor Philippines will soon bring in the hybrid-powered Hyundai Tucson here into the country. Now that, my friends, would be something to look forward to. Anyway, thanks for watching.